Yeah, we use an off-the-shelf solution of a supplier that we already had in the company, and it was all PDF-based documents, so we would have to sort of edit in our own document control the documents using standard Word and Excel files, and then convert them into PDFs to have them, displayed to the people, pretty much.
And still printing a lot, right? And looking for the right solution was a really difficult thing. And you tend not to move away with some things. Also staffing and everything like this, the people that were in the place, things didn't move so fast, and that was a real struggle. And that was something that we wanted to get away from.
Well, definitely speed and how quickly we could get information out to the people that needed it at the right time. Our process was very cumbersome because we are required in our internal procedures to have a peer review process, and this was quite complex because I had to go back and forward in all traditional comments in a document, and editing it took longer just because of the fact that you had to go in and out of the document or away, send it away from a document. So we needed more. We needed faster dissemination of information, but also an easier process for ourselves to manage.
And as you start to go down that road of exploring your next solution, you start to realize that there's so many other aspects to it. You want to put your compliance links in. Maybe you want to change the format that you give information to people. Certainly the update process, who it goes to. Make sure that it's got an easy review. All of our tools that we work with these days, they're all digital on your phone, all of like this, and information needs to be able to go both ways. And so putting all of those things together into one list of requirements was really what we had to do and take us to where we needed to be. So.
We've indeed looked at other suppliers. We had a list of about 5 or 6 suppliers which we've trialed and talked to them. The most attractive element for us was one, that the company was very approachable. The staff was quite approachable, but also very open. And also for us, the compliance management side of things was a requirement, or we were in need of improving that a lot. And we just saw that solution of web manuals as the perfect one for us at that time, and still is, of course. But I think that was the main driver.
Yeah, definitely.
For us.
Definitely.
I like to highlight the human element there, because I think that turned the balance even more. Because when we saw the approach, but the commitment and the way the things were presented, nothing was oversold. There was no over-promises, and that's one big important thing that you don't want, right? Because then there's surprises. In my case, I spend most of my time doing compliance and using the compliance module, as well as obviously editing manuals. Our roles require that we edit a lot of manuals, so we spend quite a lot of time editing and also using the compliance modules. But we're also users. We fly, and as crew, we use it. And I have to say that it's never been easier to find information for us, where in the past was really difficult. And I really appreciate that the easiness of use.
A few of the things that I really appreciate is we can get information out really quickly. And we can get that acknowledgement back from the crews as well. We can also deliver that information to the right people. There's a number of different formats that you can get that out in. The other thing too that we start to explore now more with web manuals is video links to things, more dimensional, working with the document in a live format, right? And the other thing too that I think is probably my favorite out of it is the ability for the crews to immediately participate in the feedback loop. So if they are out on the line and they experience maybe something where the procedure or what's written down isn't quite correct, or if there's maybe what they deem as an error or something that needs an update, they can immediately respond to it in a very simple, right on that page, and immediately we get that information and can make that change. So the whole crew participates in their SOP or in that document as being theirs, and that's a really powerful thing.
Yeah, we've also have quite a complex web of users outside of our organization that are able also to comment on the documents we publish for their use mainly, and that's proven to be, that process proven to be really helpful, especially easy, and everybody would just understand it really easily. You just say, you got to get in, press the CR button, put your comment in, and immediately the people that was writing the procedures were getting it. So they loved it. It was simply, really good.
Yeah, you can link different documents together, so for references, and without having to have duplicative information in different places, you can actually show the information, but it's actually written in another location. There's so much you can do with the application and the updates that are coming out. It, as soon as you go to ask for something, it's put on a list, and because it's a small team, or well, smallish, things happen, and that's a really nice thing. The dynamic aspect of the industry and what's happening means that you really need that, right?
Yeah.